There's a ton of ways to make money in RuneScape 3. Now, while this video is not going to be a money making guide, I am going to be showing you guys how I personally upkeep my membership through bonds. I have 2 accounts that I pay for membership on every 2 weeks using bonds. This is about 62 mil at the moment to do so, but I am not going to be specifically talking about upkeeping 2 accounts. In this video, we're going to focus on 1 account, my main account, and how I upkeep my bond through in-game playing and paying with only in-game currency, and how I find it efficient and how I find it easy to do and not something that you need to worry about on having to make 31 mil every single time you need a bond. Your membership for the 2 weeks can be upkept in 2 hours. It is nice and easy. It's something you don't really have to worry about, and it's something that is almost guaranteed every single time. 1 in 10 times, 1 in 8 times, whatever. You may have to spend an extra half an hour maybe at the most to be able to do this, and that's absolutely fine. It's not a big deal, but I prefer paying for my bonds with in-game currency. And while I personally could just pay for it with like real money, I prefer to play the game to pay for my membership. I just enjoy it. I like having that little bit of extra thing to think each 2 weeks, right, I need to go and do this for a couple of hours just to pay for my membership. It gives me something to do on the side as well. I like having things in the game to tell me that I need to do this and I need to do this. It keeps me playing. This video is not me saying you guys should only do this. You should definitely, if you prefer to pay by real money, then you pay by real money. That's just the way you do it, and I'm not saying you shouldn't. But we're going to talk about how I upkeep my bonds in this. I'm going to do my method, which is quite high level, but definitely doable by people who put practice in at a lower level as well. But at the same time, I am going to then at the end of the video find another method to tell you guys how you can make enough money for a bond as well, as fast as possible without having to have the high PVM levels that I do here. Alright, so that being said, longest intro that I've done for a while. Let's get going, shall we? So every 2 weeks, I'm going to need to spend 31 mil on my main account, and then of course I do 31 mil on my alt account, but like I said, we're focusing on just the one. All you need to do to upkeep this is do ED1 for 2 hours. At the most. You could get lucky and get it done in 1, but ED1 is guaranteed money, and it is instant money as well. As soon as you finish that kill, in solo mode, you are guaranteed a ancient scale drop, and those scales at the moment sell for over 1 mil each. Now, you don't have to get a big, massive amount of ancient scale drops to be able to pay for your membership each 2 weeks just from doing this for 2 hours. This boss is around about 20 to 25 mil an hour consistently, as in if you do 1 or 2 hours, you will probably be making about 25 mil an hour. This boss is not like other bosses where you have to do 10, 20, 30 hours to be able to get one big drop that then spreads out that cost across all those hours to be about 30 mil an hour. It is a boss that will consistently give you money. It doesn't feel as great at the end when you don't get a big 1 bill drop, but it does give you a consistent gold per hour. Like, it pays out. It's something you can cash out every single hour, and that's why I use ED1 for this, because I know I come here for 2 hours, my bond is covered, I am done. I can write those 2 hours off of my time. I don't include that in my bank value. I go to the Grand Exchange, I will buy my bond as soon as I'm done, and I will apply it to my account. Membership done. That is the way I do this. So let's just do 2 hours of this. Let's take a look how much we get at the end of 2 hours, and then we'll talk about that. And then I'll also think about another method for you lower level players that are looking at this and go, I can't do ED1. What else have you got in it? As the first boss done was 16 Onyx Dust. Not too great, but it's not too bad. Masuta done with 30 Onyx Dust. A little bit better. Still nothing great. Alright, so there's our first kill with 8 Ancient Scales. So that's like 8 mil. So let's just quickly go out. We can do 2 an hour. Some people who are faster, and to be honest, I think I could probably push mine to 3 an hour at this point. Once I get used to the staff of our middle here a little bit better. But at the same time, right, 2 kills an hour. We've already made nearly 11 mil. And these will sell. This will sell for this. The Onyx Dust and the Spiky Rune Salvage, maybe not. But the scales will sell for that. So we are about 10 mil. So that's already 10 mil done. Half an hour in. Let's go back and do another run. There we go. Second kill. Nice improvement of 4 seconds. Not too bad. Could have done better, I think. But made a few mistakes. That's okay, though. But hey, either way, 4 seconds is 4 seconds. Second Masuta, 15 Onyx Dust. Again, nothing too special, but that's okay. This is all going to add up. Alright, so kill number 2 takes us with 5 Ancient Scales. We still have 11 minutes left. That was such a bad kill, by the way. That kill was so damn bad. It was unreal. I don't know what the hell I was doing, but it's okay. Let's go check how much we got after 1 hour. Okay, so we have 18 mil in there after 1 hour. Just 18 mil, only from 1 hour. That is more than halfway to our bond. This is the point I'm trying to make. Okay, so let's go back, do 1 more hour, and grab ourselves our bond. And look, new personal record with 17 seconds. That's good. That's really good. But also, the big thing, 14 ancient scales. That wasn't a double, that was just normal. But 14 ancient scales is absolutely huge. I think that puts us to where we need to be for the bond. And that was only 39 minutes. I can definitely do 3 kills an hour if I just sort out my presets. Because I spend a lot of time banking. And then also just sort out a couple of other little things. But with those kill times, I could definitely do 3 an hour at this point. So that could even be now. I could be getting these bonds for like just 1 bond an hour pretty much. But let's go and see how much we've got in the chest. We have 34 mil. So that's our bond achieved in an hour and 20 minutes. But, well, it's not even that. It's an hour and 10 because we cancelled that aura with 10 minutes left on the Majorat one. But we're going to do another run. I'm going to do 1 more run just because we said that. I want to see how much more money we get just after 1 more run as well. Alright, so our final kill is going to be 6 ancient scales, which puts us way above what you would actually go for. But the average scales for this, once you do a lot of them, is probably around about 12. I know we didn't see that many of like that sort of numbers in this one, so this was kind of a little bit like meh. But at the same time, we've way easily made enough money to buy ourselves a bond. So let's just go and have a look how much we've actually made. The total time, looking at my recording now, which is what I started when I started the actual runs, is 1 hour and 37 minutes. Really not sure why I just got adrenaline. But 1 hour and 37 minutes later, we have managed to get ourselves 44 mil. We have a fishy treat in there, so if we took that out, we would still have 41 mil. And that is mostly from these scales. But even if you didn't count any of this stuff here and sell, these scales alone is enough to actually make us our money. So if we just take just the scales, the onyx dust and the salvage, the rest is like 3 mil. We'll just bank all of that junk. And this here alone was 34.8 mil, 35 mil. That alone is our bond, and it's a payout straight away. Like, it's 1 hour and 30 in. We haven't like gone and done 10 hours to boss and hope for a big drop. We have got all that in one go. So it's guaranteed that you're going to get it, and it pays for your bond straight away. So now what we can do is go and sell this, buy ourselves our bond, and that's pretty much it. You've got your 2 weeks membership. Do that once every 2 weeks, and you just write that time off. And there's your membership done. It's just nice and easy, and that's what I do. That's why I use bonds to pay for membership. Obviously, like I say, there's nothing wrong with paying for membership. If you've got the money, then do it. I just enjoy doing it this way. People ask why would I do it that way. It's just more fun for me, and it's easy, it's fast, it doesn't take long, and it just makes a lot more sense. And I do this for 2 accounts. So by the time I get to the end of it, I can usually, about like 2 or 3 hours, I can usually fund both my accounts for 2 weeks. So it's not really a problem at all. But anyway, there you go. That's how I do it. Let's see what I can find to let you guys know about how you can do it at a little bit of a lower level as well. Alright, so moving on to the method for the lower level players. What I would suggest you do is actually come towards Daganoth Kings. These bosses really aren't that difficult to do, and the level requirements really aren't that difficult either. You're going to want to have overloads, of course. You're going to want to have soul split, but other than that, as long as you've got some hybrid armor, which you could probably use War Priest, you can come here. You can use things like any 2-handed weapon. You're going to need 1 for each style. A Masuda's War Spear, a Wyvern Crossbow, and maybe like a Noxious Staff or something like that. Even the Obliteration Staff or something like that would be absolutely fine. Chaotic Staff, you'd be fine with that as well. Then you just come in here and you kill the Daganoth Kings off. Now, this can be around about 5 mil an hour, not counting anything to do with the rings. But the rings at the moment are super expensive. A Berserker ring is going to net you about 13 mil, which of course is going to help out a hell of a lot. And an Archer's ring is going to be around about 3 mil, and a Seer's ring is around about 6 mil. Now this is obviously going to be slower than doing ED1, but ED1 is high requirements, and this is for people who have lower levels, less experience in PVM, and people who just want to start off somewhere, and it's definitely something they can do. I only added this in for you guys that just wanted to be like, wonder what I can do, but that's not ED1. So this is definitely a method that I'll suggest you do. Having things like Cinderbanes, Weapon Poison, all that sort of stuff is absolutely great. All these things will help you out a hell of a lot, but Daganoth Kings definitely have the potential to be a nice, easy way for you to get quite a lot of money as a low level player to fund your bonds. Like I say, it will take more hours than the 2 or the 3 that you're going to have to do at ED1, but it's not that big of a deal if you spread it across the 2 weeks as well, do an hour here, do an hour there. But it also does have the potential to just get you the whole thing done in 1 or 2 hours if you do get the Berserker rings. If you get 2 Berserker rings done, you're more than halfway there already. And getting more than 2 or 3 rings per hour is absolutely possible, because this has been 10 minutes of me doing this for this video clip, and I've managed to get myself 2 rings already. So the rings aren't that uncommon here. It's definitely possible for you to net yourself plenty of rings before you leave for the full hour. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of this video. So as I mentioned, ED1 is absolutely my favourite way of funding bonds because it's instant money. All you're going to want to do is finish that hour up and you're pretty much done. You might need to do another half an hour on the next one, but it just pays out immediately. You don't have to do 5 to 10 hours of work to get one drop to fund for it. So you can basically just write that time off and be done with it. Daganoth Kings as a low level player is definitely another option as well. That's why to include another option for you guys. I hope this video has helped you out. If it did, make sure you leave a like on the video. If you enjoyed it as well, another great reason to leave a like. Also, don't forget, if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button because so many of you guys watching, there's about 80% of you that's not subscribed. It's absolutely crazy. That is crazy numbers. 80% of my viewers not subscribed is insane. So click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos. And then of course, thank you all to my channel members for your extra support. I really appreciate it. Your names will be on screen right now, as always. If anyone else is interested in joining the channel members, click the join button, buy the sub button. You get some perks as well. You don't only just support me as well, you get some perks for yourself. So if you're interested, have a click, have a read through and see if it interests you. But otherwise guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it and I'll see you all in the next one. See you later guys. Bye.